Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel, and I hope you had a brilliant holiday and Christmas season and got everything that you possibly could have wanted. I've decided to do a little bit of a Christmas book haul. I got some from my daughter, some from a book from my sister, a couple of my jobs, and just a nice little haul that I can't wait to share with you. I decided to start with the ones that Kitty got me. So she got me The Odd Sisters by Verena Valentino, and this is kind of like origin stories for the villains. She's done a few Ursula, sorry, I'm useless at this, aren't I? The Beast from Beauty and the Beast, Mother Gothel, which I absolutely loved, Maleficent, and sprinkled throughout all of those are these odd sisters, these three triplets. And they, in my opinion, I think they caused all of the villains to actually be villains. Their input helped them on their path, and this is going to be a story of them. Basically, it says, when the truth about the odd sisters is revealed, will anything be the same again? Throughout the course of time, three witches, Lucinda, Ruby and Martha, have changed the fates of the greatest villains ever known. They turned innocents into monsters and left chaos in their wake. Now those they have wrought throughout the many kingdoms demand justice, and the secrets of the twisted, diabolical odd sisters are about to be revealed. Oh, I love these three. They're just so crazy, and the things they get up to, I can't wait to read this book, and it's a floppy book, so really loving this one. Next, I have Christmas Shopaholic. So this is, I think, something like the 11th or 12th in the Shopaholic books by Sophie Kinsella. And this follows Becky Bloomwood and her Christmas with her family, and I'm sure chaos will ensue. If you don't know about the Shopaholics books, it follows Becky and her adventures. She's an absolute shopaholic. We have a joke in my family that these are based on my husband. He's an absolute shopaholic. He goes to any length to get something that he wants, and she's just a brilliant character to read about, and I can't wait to be back in the world with Becky Bloomwood. It is going to be amazing. And at Christmas time, sadly I haven't obviously got around to reading it before Christmas because I got it on Christmas Day, but I'm so looking forward to diving back into this, so thank you, Kitty. Next, which I was really excited about, Supernova by Marissa Myers. Oh, this is the third in the Renegades trilogy, and I don't know what it is about Marissa Myers' writing. It just sucks me in. It's just so comfortable and easy to get into. Her characters are just fun to follow, and she really does go into some good topics about good and evil. Obviously, in the Renegade series, we follow mainly Nova and Adrian, who Adrian is the son of two of the Renegades, which is like the overall in power part of the world now. They're the good guys with superpowers, the prodigies. And then we have the anarchists, who Nova is part of, and she in the first one infiltrates the Renegades to try and bring them down from the inside, but she's starting to find out that actually the Renegades might not be as all bad as she thought, that some of their ideas are good, but she also still believes that everybody, non-prodigies and prodigies alike, should work together, and that they shouldn't rely on just the Renegades to save them from their troubles. They need to be responsible for themselves. And then you've got Adrian, who believes wholeheartedly on the Renegades, everything they believe in. He believes that the anarchists are completely evil. They have no reason for doing anything apart from basically to be evil. And when he, oh sorry, I don't know if you can hear that, my cat's just down there, she's found herself a new hidey hole. Yes, back to Adrian. He I say finds that he thinks the Renegades are all perfect, but once he starts getting to know Nova, she's on his team, sorry I should say, and she starts to show him some of the things that aren't quite right in the Renegades, that actually it shouldn't all be like this, and you start to see that it's not all cut and dry, not all good and all bad. There are grey areas, and if they actually work together, they probably could do really well. But this is the third in the series, and I've already started it. You can just about see the line there, so really loving this one. So that'll probably be my first January finish read. So brilliant. Last one from Kitty is The Starless Eve by Erin Morgenstern. Oh, I've heard so many good things about this, and I just can't wait to get into it. And I got the she managed to get me the Waterstones exclusive, which it has the cover, the art on there, on the not spine, sorry, the pages, and it's got they had 3 different colours. I think there was obviously the pink, which she absolutely loved and wanted to get me, and I was really pleased because it's the one I wanted. They had light blue and dark blue, and obviously it has the sword, key and bee on it, which this book follows Zachary, and he stumbles across a book, as far as I know. I'm not 100% sure. I'm trying to go in quite blind, because I did with the Night Circus. I heard all the hype. I was really scared to read it just in case it wasn't all that great. I read it in December, absolutely loved it, so I can't wait to get into this. But I know it follows somebody called Zachary, and he finds a book and starts to read it and finds out that these are having passages of his life in there. So he goes on an adventure to find out why this book has his life in there, and he has the clues, which are the key, the bee and the sword, and they help him on his adventures. So really hoping this would probably be one of my, apart from Supernova, this is going to probably be my second read of January. Really can't wait to get into it, because I just love her lyrical writing. She is amazing, and I'm so annoyed at myself for taking so long to read The Night Circus because of all the hype. It was just daft, because it really did live up to everything, but I didn't want to be let down. But lucky enough, so far Erin Morgenstern hasn't let me down, and I'm looking forward to really diving into this beautiful, beautiful book. Right, now I'm going to go on to the books that my hubby bought me. He only bought me a couple. These are from the charity shop. I wanted to get them. Obviously, they're by Cassandra Clare, The Infernal Devices. I've got The Clockwork Princess, and The Clockwork Prince, which are obviously book 2 and 3. I haven't got book 1, but they were a good price in a charity shop, and I couldn't wait to get hold of them. To be honest, I've heard so many people talk about these. They're about a magical underworld in London, and I really don't know much else. Everyone's going on about Cassandra Clare, and I've never read any of her books, so when I saw these, I was like, please grab them for me. I can easily get hold of the second one, hopefully second hand, and I'm really looking forward to getting into these. So yes, and they're in really good condition actually for being second hand. The spines are a bit cracked, but saves me having to feel guilty for cracking them, that's for sure. Now I've got ones that I got in my stocking. So I've got An Ireland Christmas by Jenny Cohen. This is a third in a series of about a girl called Flora who was born on this island in Scotland. And Jenny Cohen decided to make up her own Scottish island instead of basing it on an island that already existed, because she didn't want to get any of the history wrong or anything, because I think she's Scottish, and she decided that she'll make her own one up, then she can make her own laws and kind of things based on Scottish law and all of that, but with her own little twist. And yes, the first one follows Flora, who left the island. She didn't want to be on a tiny little island where in the winter you were cut off from the mainland. Everybody knew everybody. I think there's like a couple of hundred people on the island. She grew up being the only girl on a dairy farm, if I remember correctly, with 4 older brothers, 3 or 4, something like that. Been a while since I read them, but it was just so beautiful and wonderfully written. And this is the third one. I think she's living on the island now, and yes, set at Christmas time, and it's just brilliant. And in them, I'm not sure if this one, no, it doesn't look like it, but Jenny Cohen, I'm not sure if she's a baker or if she just enjoys baking. A couple of her books, like the Beachside Bakery, she actually has some of the recipes in the books, so you can try and bake them. I'm afraid I'm not really a baker, so I've never tried them, but oh, they do sound so yummy, and it always makes me hungry reading these books. So I'm really looking forward to getting another Jenny Cohen book that I haven't read yet, because I've read all of hers. She's one of my auto-buy authors, so really looking forward to getting into it. And it's just such a pretty Christmassy cover. I love it. Just can't wait to get into it. And another one I got from my stocking is Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. I've heard loads of people talking about this on YouTube. It basically follows a girl, Miriam, and she's the daughter of a moneylender, and apparently her dad's not very good at it, so she decides to take over, and she actually starts making money, and she gets this reputation that she can spin silver out of nothing, I think. And the king hears about it, and he thinks, yes, I have a girl in my power that can spin silver and keep me in the riches. And I think he takes not really being aware that it's just a reputation. She's just doing good business. It's not magic. So I don't know too much about it. I think it's Russian inspired. I'm not sure. Please don't hold me to that. But I'll just say by the front cover. But everyone's been praising it, and it sounded like a good, fun read. So I was really pleased that I got this one. So yeah, that was in my stockings. And now on to the books that I got from a couple of people that I work for. So I got this one, Frostheart by Jamie Littler. So much about this. I know quite a few people read this because of the Believer-thon. I really wanted to do that, but I'm absolutely useless at actually getting my act together and reading books that other people have organised and got done at the right time. I think, oh, I'll do that, and then before I know it, it's all finished and I've missed out and I'm absolutely useless. But I heard so much about this, and I'm hoping to get Kitty to read this with me. But basically it follows a young boy called Ash, whose parents have gone missing, and he lives with these people who there's some sort of magic, and they don't like it. They see it as bad, and he has that magic apparently. I think it's something to do with singing and that, and so they shun him, and he ends up with his Yeti going on an adventure and looking for his parents, and he goes an explorer sled. So yes, really looking forward to that. I've actually started getting into middle grades again. It's been a long time since I read them by myself. Obviously I always read with Kitty, but for myself I'm really enjoying them, and they've got such pretty wonderful drawings in. It's fun to see. That's one thing you miss out on when you end up reading YA and adult books. You don't get all the beautiful drawings sprinkled throughout. It's such fun to come across the page and you're like, oh look, and you can really get more into the story, I find, looking at the pictures and seeing what the different characters are meant to look like. Obviously you can make your own mind up, but I do love seeing some of the artwork in here, so that's a really good one. So that was from one of my jobs, so really thankful. And another one from my jobs is The Toll by Neil Shusterman, which obviously is the third in the Ark of the Scythe series and the conclusion. I've already read this, but I really wanted it to go in my collection with the other two. And if you don't know what the Ark of the Scythe series is, it's basically a dystopian in the future where humans have conquered death. We no longer have disease, we don't die. People do things where they call it splatting, where they can go deadish to get thrills and that, but they get revived at revival centres. We have nanites that help us with our emotions and with pain. And obviously, with not dying, we have an influx of humans that the Earth can't handle. So there has this society called Scythes, and they basically have a quota to fill of, they call it gleaning people, and basically if you're gleaned by a scythe, there is no coming back. And it's the first one follows Rowan and Citra mainly. They become unwitting scythe apprentices, and you find out more about the scythedom. And then the second one is the Thunderhead, which was my favourite. Absolutely loved that. And you get to know the AI that's helping humanity to stay alive and kind of keeping the world going. He has nothing to do with the scythes though, because death and that the Thunderhead sees as a human thing to deal with, so he doesn't have anything to do with that. And then the Toll kind of mixes both back up together. Was a little bit disappointed in this, but this isn't a wrap up. It wasn't my favourite one, I'm afraid, but still it was a good conclusion to the series, and it was good fun. I love Neil Shusterman's writing. It's really good, quite a little bit dark, but really was worth the read, so glad to have this on my shelves. And last but not least, I have got Rainbow Rowell's Carry On, which my wonderful big sister bought me this, and this is basically like Chosen One, Harry Potter kind of esque fan fiction, which was written in Fangirl, and everyone absolutely loved it so much, the little snippets we got of Baz and Simon. And so Rainbow Rowell wrote their book, and it basically follows Simon Snow, and he's an unwitting chosen one, and it kind of goes through the chosen one tropes. So yes, looking forward to getting into this one as well. And yes, I'm not too sure if I'll read Fangirl before I read this. I know you don't have to, but I think it'd be quite interesting to see how this started, how it kind of came about. So Yeah, never read any. Oh no, I have. Tell I was gonna say I haven't read any Rainbow Rowells, but I have. I read Pumpkinheads earlier in the year, and I really enjoyed that. It was just a sweet, fun read. But yes, that was my Christmas haul. Hang on, so quite a few there that I've got to get into, but can't wait. So yes, thank you for joining me on this wonderful book haul, and I hope you all had an absolutely amazing Christmas and a wonderful New Year. All right, see you soon. Bye.